Ben Affleck is reportedly rushing to Jennifer Garner's home as several fires continue to burn in Los Angeles.
A sad photo of Ben Affleck in his vehicle racing to Jennifer Garner's home. She lives not far from him. Ben had been evacuated from his home in Pacific Palisades. Definitely wants to be with the family, with his ex and his kids.
Divorce drama galore. Yep, that's right. Even after their divorce has been finalized, rumor has it that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's love story is not yet fully done. However, it seems that Jennifer Garner is making things a bit too complicated for Jenny, and she is furious because it seems Ben keeps choosing Jen Garner over Lopez. Y'all join me today as we look into this mess and why people are saying Jennifer Lopez is obsessed with Ben even after she filed for divorce. Now, to call Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship complicated would be a complete understatement, because complicated can't even begin to explain the drama that these two have. However, even with all that going on, these two deep down seem to somewhat care for each other, even though time has proven that that simply isn't enough to keep their relationship going. And that fact was made very clear after the tragic fires hit LA. As the horrific fire burned through the Pacific Palisades, destroying people's homes, it spared noone, from celebrities to regular day-to-day people. Sadly, among the people affected by this tragedy was Ben Affleck, who was forced to evacuate his house. And as soon as Jenny learned of this, it is reported that she got extremely worried, since despite calling quits in their marriage, she still cared for him deeply. Y'all Page 6 reported that Jenny was extremely stressed for Ben's well-being after she heard he was being evacuated, and she began checking up on him, making sure to let him know that she would be there for him and his kids to assist them in whatever they needed. Now, here is where the rumor drama seems to begin. You see, Ben lives in the same neighborhood as Jen Garner, and once the evacuation notice was given, he was seen rushing from his home to her place with a devastated look on his face. Now, at the time, Jen hadn't evacuated her house yet, but everyone in that area was on standby. It was unclear whether Ben was rushing over to check on Jen and his kids, or he was fleeing his house. Now, once this news started trending, people online started saying that it seems that despite Jenny offering her help to Ben, it seemed that he preferred to rush to Jen Garner rather than accept Jennifer Lopez's help, and that Lopez might have become angry because of this. Now, the two recently finalized their divorce, and it is reported that Jennifer Lopez felt a bit scammed because the happily ever after she was promised turned out to be a huge nightmare. Now, once news of this got out, people had a lot of opinions regarding it, and let me tell you, they were not kind. Lord, these two are still a train wreck 20 years later. She is more self-absorbed than ever, and he is more disgruntled with the media attention. Wasn't this the same issue, lesser scale the first time around? But this time, older wasn't wiser as they dragged exes and 5 kids into the debacle. Please stay single, you two. She seems to be a narcissist. Those kind of women who are addicted to taking selfies to show the world how real they are or how skinny they've magically become. That's all I see when I look at the pics that these people post/throw in our faces. The fact she calls an adult relationship a fairy tale tells me she views romantic relationships like a teenage girl would. Huge red flag is that she hasn't matured beyond that. His red flag is that the way he treated his exes and not just Jen Garner, and she didn't think that would happen to her. Apparently, after the divorce, Jenny wanted to close the chapter completely on all matters regarding Ben. It seemed that when Jenny filed for divorce, she cited irreconcilable differences, and honey, she wasn't lying. This split has been nothing short of chaotic. To add more drama into this already messy situation, it turns out these two didn't bother to get a prenup or any kind of financial agreement at all. The lack of a prenup is especially shocking given how common they are among Hollywood couples. Some insiders believe it's because Ben and Jenny were so in love when they got back together that they didn't want to jinx their fairy tale romance. Others think it might have been an oversight in the rush of their whirlwind wedding. Whatever the reason, this decision is now coming back to haunt them, and it set the stage for what could be one of Hollywood's most dramatic divorces, because sometime last year, TMZ reported that these two weren't even on speaking terms because they couldn't decide on how to split their assets. Now, asset drama aside, one huge stumbling block for Jenny and Ben has always seemed to be Jen Garner, you see. Ever since Ben started spending more time with his other ex-wife, the rumors started flying around that Jen played a role in pushing Ben and Jenny apart. Sources close to Jen said she'd been protective of her kids and concerned about how Jenny's lifestyle and connections, especially the whispers about her involvement in Diddy's legal troubles, could impact their family. Now, to make everything worse, Jen Garner and Loper had actually started getting close before everything just took a turn. You see, the last couple of months leading up to Jennifer Lopez Lopez and Ben Affleck's divorce were tense, and things were falling apart fast. Jenny, desperate to save her marriage, did something no one expected. She turned to Jennifer Garner for help. That's right, Jenny went straight to Ben's ex-wife, who also happens to be the mother of his kids, to act as a kind of marriage counselor. At first, this might sound like a bold and mature move, but sources close to the situation are saying it didn't take long before things got messy. According to insiders, Lopez unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, started taking advantage of Jennifer Garner's good nature. Now, for those who don't know, Jennifer Garner has always stayed close to Ben despite their divorce. She's been open about her concerns for his well-being, especially given his past struggles with addiction and sobriety. So when Jenny came knocking, Jen Garner, being the kind-hearted person she is, stepped in to help. And at first, it seemed like she was doing what she'd always done, looking out for Ben. But according to a source who spoke to the Daily Mail, things quickly spiraled. Jenny and Ben's fights were escalating, and before long, Jen Garner found herself playing the role of a full-time peacekeeper. But here's where it gets sticky. The source claims that Jenny unintentionally turned Jennifer Garner into a pawn in her relationship with Ben. Whenever things got tough, Jenny would lean on Jen Garner for advice and support, putting her in the middle of conflicts that weren't hers to solve. Y'all, Jenny leaned on Jen Garner so much that Jen Garner's friends began to get worried because she was getting dragged into all their marital drama. Jen's friends didn't like how Jennifer Lopez was misusing Jen's kindness, and they wanted Jen to distance herself from Jennifer Lopez's messy relationship drama. Jen was put in the middle, and her friends think, no matter how you look at it, a man's ex-wife should never have to play mediator in a divorce from his new wife, especially when said wife was a big love who Jen was compared to throughout their 13-year marriage. She is happy that Ben is now happy. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would Jennifer Garner even put herself in this position? Well, the answer is simple. She cares about Ben. Despite their divorce, Jen has always prioritized Ben's well-being, especially as it relates to their 3 kids. An insider revealed that Jen was extremely concerned about Ben's sobriety and mental health. For Jen, this wasn't just about Jennifer Lopez or saving their marriage. It was about protecting the father of her kids and keeping their family as stable as possible. But while Jen's intentions were, people around her weren't thrilled about the situation. Now, here's where things get really dramatic. Y'all, when Jennifer Lopez realized that her marriage to Ben was past the point of no return, she still turned to Jen Garner for support. Yep, even after it was clear the relationship couldn't be saved, Jenny leaned on Jen, fully aware of how complicated this would make things. And y'all, let's not ignore the emotional layers here. Imagine being Jennifer Garner, trying to help your ex-husband navigate his failing marriage, all while knowing how much pain their split caused you in the past. Sources close to Jen say she took it all in stride because at the end of the day, her priority was Ben's health and the well-being of their kids.
Source tells ET that Ben and Jen have always been close and always will be. And right now, we're told she's a listening ear for him, while at the same time trying not to offer too much advice. But she knows him better than anyone and he respects her.
And as Jennifer's marriage crumbled, it became clear that Jen Garner couldn't fix what was broken. And honestly, it left a lot of people questioning Lopez's motives. Was she genuinely seeking help, or was she trying to shift the emotional labor onto someone else? Now, this whole situation also raises questions about how Jenny and Ben's marriage might have impacted his sobriety journey. Jen Garner has always been protective of Ben, especially when it comes to his battles with addiction. She's been a steady presence in his life, even during his lowest moments, and has worked hard to shield their kids from the chaos of Hollywood. But Jennifer Lopez's lifestyle was very different. While Jen Garner was all about keeping things low-key and private, Jenny thrived in the spotlight. This fundamental difference reportedly caused a lot of tension in Jennifer's marriage, with Ben feeling overwhelmed by the constant media attention. Now, the Daily Mail reported that Ben was aware of the tricky situation that Jen was put in while she played marriage counselor to his marriage, and he didn't want to be a burden to the mother of his kids, so it seems he tried not to involve her as much. But Jennifer Garner had made it clear to him that he could come to her whenever he wanted to vent. However, it seems that after Jennifer Lopez filed for divorce from Ben, Jennifer Garner has made it clear whose side she is taking, and this has brought the two of them closer. The two recently spent Thanksgiving together with their kids, and insiders say Ben feels blessed to have have Jen in his corner. Fans are already speculating about whether this could lead to a full-blown reconciliation. As for Jennifer Garner, sources say she's stepping back from the drama and focusing on her kids. And honestly, after everything she's been through, she deserves some peace. Anyways, what do y'all think about this messy situation? Do y'all think Jenny and Ben are better off single? Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. Till next time, bye.